Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Khatijah binti Hashim. My metric number S59813. First of all, based on individual assignment given, I need to answer two questions which is consist. First, analyze the selected accounting policy when I choose MFRS 112 deferred tax for the company. Second, compare the basic EPS for 2 years and comment the performance of the company. And I choose the Sarawak Cable Berhad that has been listed in the spreadsheet listed in the question for the individual assignment.
First of all, I need to open the website in Bursa Saham, then find the company which Sarawak Cable Berhad to find the annual report. And I scroll to the accounting policy which is deferred tax MFRS 112. And then I also open in website the must be in finding the standard requirement which MFRS 112 the deferred tax. So I gonna do the split screen which is appear the information in annual report and must be website.
So, in the deferred tax, in annual report explained is provided using the liability method on temporary difference at the reporting date between the tax base of asset and liability and the carrying amount for the reporting financial purpose. So the deferred tax liability are recognized for all temporary difference and accept the requirement stated. And the deferred tax are recognized for all deductible for a temporary difference, carry forward unused tax credit and unused tax loss. So the carrying amount of deferred tax is reviewed each reporting date that reduced the extent is no longer probable, the sufficient taxable profit will available to allow all part deferred tax asset to be utilized. Unrecognized deferred tax asset is registered at the each reporting date and recognized to extent that have become probable future taxable will allow the deferred tax asset to be utilized. Okay, the deferred tax asset and liability are measured at the tax rate that expected to apply to the period when the asset is related to the liability settled based on tax rate and tax law has been enacted at the reporting date. So, the deferred tax asset and liability are offset if legally enforceable. Right exists to set off the current tax asset, current tax liability at deferred tax relate to the same taxable entity, that same taxable authority which extend either to settle current liability and asset and net basis, or to realize asset and settle liability stimuli in the future period in significant amount on the deferred tax asset or liability that has been expected to be settled or recovered. According with this annual report that presented after appropriate offsetting has followed, the deferred tax and deferred tax liability has followed. So this one is the component and movement deferred tax asset and deferred tax liability. First of all, this one is a deferred tax asset, the component and the movement, and then the second one is deferred tax liability. Here the component and the movement has followed. Therefore, the deferred tax and deferred tax liability is disclosed at the statement of financial position, which is the deferred tax asset has disclosed at non-current asset here, and then the deferred tax liability at the non-current liability has a deferred tax liability also disclosed at the statement of financial position. So we can see that the Sarawak Cable Berhad use the deferred tax which is comply with the standard MFRS 112 that issued by must be. So for example, like the method that using by Sarawak Cable Berhad is liability method. So as we can see in MFRS 112, there are two methods, which is deferral method and liability method. And also the liability method calculate by temporary difference. So the deferred tax asset and liability recognized for all temporary difference that compare between the tax base asset and liability and the carrying amount at the balance sheet. So the tax base on asset liability is attributed the asset or liability for tax purpose. So as we can see, the annual report given, the Sarawak Cable Berhad follow the standard according with the MFRS 112. That's all. Okay, for the next question, we need to compare the basic EPS for 2 years and give the comment regarding with the performance of the Sarawak Cable Berhad. The basic EPS is disclosed at the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. As we can see that there are negative income between this year and previous year is decreased. So based on the income, the net loss, we can get the net loss basic of EPS. So we move to the how to calculate the basic EPS, which is according with this annual report, the basic loss per share is calculated by dividing loss for the period net of debt attributable to owner of the company by weighted average of ordinary outstanding during the financial period. So based on the annual report given to note the financial statement that show that the company net income was decreased and the number of outstanding share was increased. It is because the company have the new issuance of share. As a result, for two factors, is give the effective the basic EPS was decreased from 2022 compared to previous year. So that's all from me. Thank you.